The easiest way to buy an investment property. Stay tuned to this episode of Prime Props TV. Promise you it'll be worth it. Good day, Toronto. Welcome to another episode of Prime Props TV. I'm so glad you could join us here. At the request of Justin Rigo, I'll be going over here how to buy a rental or investment property with the equity you have in your existing home. If you guys have any requests for other videos, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'll do my best to make these videos for all of you guys, okay? Now, there are many ways and strategies you can utilize in real estate, but I honestly think none of them will beat leveraging your existing home to buy your next property. This may sound self-serving because I'm a realtor, but this is the exact strategy I personally implement as well to grow my wealth. Growing up in an Asian family household, the mentality was to actually always pay down your mortgage as soon as possible so you could be mortgage free as soon as possible. This way you can use that mortgage money you'll be paying anywhere on something else. This is why balloon payments or lump sum payments in mortgage products are so popular, because it allows people to pay down their mortgage faster. That's why it's so attractive. If you're in an Asian family, you probably know what I'm talking about. However, knowing what I know now, I always joke with my friends that I'm going to be in a state of perpetual mortgage debt, because I've realized that not all debt is created equal. There are good debts and there are bad debts. Mortgage debt is considered good debt because you have tenants paying down your rent that covers all your expenses. It's what allows you to leverage their money to increase your wealth. On the other side, bad debt is credit card debt because you don't really get anything out of it. Once you get over the fear of filling your property and being a landlord, the option of real estate investing really opens up to you. That's when you really start generating wealth. So how does one use equity in their first home to buy another? Before I begin, let me give you a little bit of background information. I like to break down for my clients that there are two types of equity, okay? One is the mortgage principal you have already paid down. So you have a $500,000 home for a property. $100,000 was probably likely your down payment. And if you paid down $50,000 of your principal mortgage debt, you have $150,000 in equity, okay? So all the numbers are here. The second type of equity you have is in appreciation. If you've owned your property in the GTA for more than 3 to 4 years, you're likely sitting on some appreciation. The difference between the current market, which is right now the value of your property, and what you paid for your property is also equity. Talk to your lender to see how much equity you have in your property. Most of the time I speak to clients who've owned their house for more than 5 years. They're sitting on like $400,000 in equity just for being in Toronto because of the way the prices have increased. The two most common ways to pull that equity out of your home is through a refinance or a HELOC. HELOC stands for Home Equity Line of Credit. In a refinance, you literally pull money out of your equity in the bank, gives you a whole new mortgage on the current, meaning the current value of your property. In a HELOC, you get a line of credit based on the current value of property against your home right now. And the difference between the two of these are really this, okay? Refinance, you honestly get the money into your bank account, into cash, and you have a lower interest rate, but your mortgage restarts. On a HELOC, Home Equity Line of Credit, you get a line of credit and you can use it whenever you're ready, but has a slightly higher interest rate, and the mortgage does not get reset. Now, both will work for most people. It just depends on what kind of debt load you're comfortable carrying. I would say most of the people I'm working with, and they're investing in new build condos and pre-construction, they go with the HELOC because they don't need all the money right away. People investing in detaches will often go with the refinance since it requires more capital up front. Either way, make sure you ask your mortgage broker for mortgage pre-approval so you know what you can buy for the rental property, okay? Now, this is where it gets somewhat technical. Depending on which lender you have your mortgage with, you may or may not actually get a pre-approval. Certain banks are a lot harder to get a pre-approval with because they're a lot more conservative of the way they lend to you, especially with a second mortgage. So if you plan to buy a third and a fourth, you definitely want to sit down with a mortgage broker who specializes in investing so that you can plan appropriately. And if you need help with that, definitely send me an email. I'll point you in the right direction. From there on out, if you follow my steps on how to profit from the Toronto condo market course, you'll understand how to find the right property in the right neighborhood and invest. I'll put a link to the course in the description below for all of you guys for free for this little bit of time, okay? So why would anyone want to pull equity out of their home instead of paying it off? The main reason is that you want to leverage the appreciation and equity you've gained to buy more properties to increase your portfolio, which is going to build you wealth. Remember, good debt makes you wealthy. Bad debt makes you poor. If you structure your second property correctly, that's how you're going to grow your wealth. A question I always ask my clients who are kind of teetering between whether they should invest in investment property is this. Would you rather have the appreciation of 100% of one property or the appreciation of 20% of 3 properties? If you're looking to build wealth, the correct answer is 20% of 3 properties because of this one main reason. you gain 100% of the appreciation in 3 properties instead of 100% of the appreciation in 1 property. For that simple fact is why you should be investing in real estate. Thank you guys for watching. If you learned something, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to PPTO right here. If you have any comments, leave in the comment section below, or any video requests, you can do so as well. And make sure you guys subscribe to PPTO, because like we were talking about, investing in investment properties, you'll get first access to these great opportunities and weekly insights about where to invest. Until next time, happy real estate, guys. Certain banks are a lot harder to get a pre